coming to you here. What is today? This is the July 25th, 2024. And we are still here. The rapture has not happened. Trumpet has not sounded, though we believe it is out of the case. And the mouthpiece is being warmed up as I speak. And we are in the final moments here of the end time, no doubt about that. The final moments of the church age, and the Lord is coming soon to take us out of here and begin the 70th week of Daniel, the tribulation period. And I see Henry is popping in here. And who else is popping in here? We got, well, we'll see. Let me get this shared on the other page over here. And let me get it. Let me find it. Let me get it shared. And then we'll begin tonight's program. All right. I think I've got it shared. All right. We've got folks getting on. And YouTube is booming. 3 times, quite a lot more people on YouTube than we've got on the Facebook. All right, and tonight we are going to talk about something very pertinent to the times that we live in. We're going to talk about perilous times. Perilous time. Esther, you sent a message last time we did a live stream, and I looked for it, could not find it. You said something about something important or something you had to share, or maybe it was a prayer request. I never found that. Do you remember? Um, do you remember, Miss Esther, what it was? Wasn't it you? Did you said something that either something we had to see, or it was a prayer request? And I do not. I never found it. All right, Marvin is here from Arkansas. Marvin Mitchell, and that's not a name that jumps out at me. Maybe Marvin's fairly new to our program. I don't know. Scott is here, Trinity, North Carolina, the gospel poet. Scott, you should have got your book in the mail by now. I hope so. If not, maybe tomorrow. In fact, most of you, if not all of you, except the ones that I sent out today and yesterday, should have your new book if you ordered it. Esther doesn't remember, so I won't sleep tonight trying to think what in the world that was. And it didn't show up in the YouTube comments, so it must have been in the live chat, and I got to figure that out. All right, so while I have everybody here, let me say this. These are exciting days we're living in. These are the end days we're living in. And my brand new book just come out. It's been out, I don't know, a week. Has it even been a week? I'm not sure. Anyway, the book, the pre-orders are now ended as of yesterday, I think, or the day before. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, the pre-orders are ended. All right, Marvin says, I've been here. I asked you about the Strong's Concordance. All right, you're not asking about that now, are you, Marvin? You asked about that in the past, I think. I hope. Anyway, if you still got a question about it, let me know, and I'll try to answer that at the end of the show here. I got a lot I can tell you about the Strong's Concordance. All right, let's see. I'm not sure what that was. Somebody took their comment off. Okay. Let's see. Esther says I went to the doctor today because I've been dealing with a lingering cough and have been having a. Okay, so Esther needs prayer about an illness. And all right, here is the book, The Prophecy Puzzle. We're not going to discuss this tonight. We will discuss this in another show. But this is the book, and this is, I believe, my most important book that I have written. The Prophecy Puzzle. It includes chapters out of not all of my books, but most of my books. There are things in here that are in other books, like stuff from the Barley Harvest, stuff from the Seven Clocks, and stuff from the KJV book. But boy, oh boy, does this book lay it out. Now, there's some new stuff in here too, but this book is going to lay out for you how to understand prophecy, how to put the pieces together, putting the pieces together right there. And somebody just said they got their, who was that? Somebody just said they got their 3 books, 3 days ago. Okay. And that's, yep, I remember you, Loretta Toole. I remember shipping those. Man, we had a bunch of books to ship, I'll tell you that. And we got them all. Let's see, Calvin says, will I be puzzled in Pennsylvania? I guess he's joking, Pennsylvania, Kentucky. Um, life changing right here. The first few chapters, my introduction. The introduction I actually call rightly dividing the pieces. And I'll explain to you what rightly dividing really is. Okay. And it'll help you in other areas of your Bible study as well. 270 pages, I believe, when we look here, 270 pages, 16 full color pages. I've showed you some of these already in the past. Let me get to a couple. Here's a couple here. Color pages that'll be a help to you in understanding how to rightly divide the puzzle pieces. Okay. Good stuff. All right. So if you do not have that yet, or if you have not ordered it yet, it is now on the website, prophecyinthespotlight.com. You can get it there, or go straight to God's Final Jubilee and get it there. I believe it's $21.95 free shipping. By the way, shipping's $5 or $6 now. It's crazy. Plus the bubble wrap envelope. It's gone sky high. So that's a good price. 16 full color pages, which are very expensive. If you've ever published anything with color, you know what I'm talking about. It's very expensive to get the color pages. So it really increases the price of the book. Let's see, a $400 MRI Esther has to pay. Okay. So anyway, Kippy is here from Pennsylvania. We'll be driving up through there in about a week, Miss Kippy and Brother Frank. I don't know. We're still working on our schedule. We're looking for a church on Wednesday night. 6 days from now, Wednesday night, which is what? What's the date? Let's look at that. Wednesday night is the 31st of July. We're looking for a church, either West Virginia, Pennsylvania area, somewhere up through there. That'll get us towards where we're going. We are headed towards New England, the state of Maine. And we will be up there for 1 to 2 weeks. Very, very, very needed vacation. We go up there every year, but I'm telling you, I have been burning the candle at all 4 ends here. Just with the new book and the TV show and all the stuff that's been going on. I have been very busy. I'm very, very happy that this book is done. It is done, and it is. I got 5 cases sitting out there, ready for you to order and get it. If you like prophecy, if you like my books, this book is going to put it all together for you. It's going to be very helpful. I really believe that. Okay, so anybody, you're a pastor, or you have a pastor, or you know somebody that you think might be interested in hearing what I want to do is I'm going to be preaching on the prophecy puzzle. I'm going to be preaching. I'm going to be preaching on the prophecy puzzle in churches around the country, and maybe you could be the first. I've got a couple already that want to get me. We just haven't scheduled it yet. But I could. I really want to do a 2 or 3 day meeting at churches to really get this out there. But I can do a Sunday. I can do a Wednesday night. I can do anything. I can get a good summary in and help people. And of course, bring the book, get the book in the hands of God's people. And all right. And so we're looking for a church, either West Virginia or Pennsylvania, along my route, headed up north, that would be interested in this coming Wednesday. And if you could use us, we just need you to put us up one night, and we'll bring some books for your people, and we'll preach and teach about the prophecy puzzle, how to put the pieces together, give a good summary of it all. Okay. Somebody said good morning, sir. I'm not sure where Erico is. Somebody named Erico. It must be on the other side of the world, right? Could be the Philippines. I've got friends over in the Philippines that watch us sometimes. And all right, Miss Kippy has the book. I sent 3 books to Pennsylvania to the Russos. And by the way, if you pre-ordered books and you do not have them yet, if you do not get them by tomorrow, you should send me an email or a text or something. And just in case your books got overlooked, I don't know of any, but it's very possible that some books were ordered differently, either over the phone, and the ladies would write it on a piece of paper. Sometimes that stuff can get lost in the shuffle, and so check with me if you have not got your books yet. Check with me, and let's make sure that we have shipped them. All right. All right. I answered Marvin's question a few weeks ago. All right. And he says I still use it. I don't know what that means. Are you saying you're still using the definitions in the back, Mr. Marvin? I mean, that's fine. It's a free country, and you do what you feel is right. And I don't remember the conversation we had, but I would not suggest anybody use the Strong's definitions in the back, the dictionary in the back of the Strong's Concordance. In fact, I don't recommend use any Greek or Hebrew lexicons. In fact, I don't suggest you go to Greek or Hebrew, period. And I discuss that in my books, and I believe I make a good case. And by the way, that is in the puzzle book as well. It is part of the first corner of prophecy. Very important. People are getting off track. They're being misled. They're being lied to by going outside the King James Bible to Greek or Hebrew. All right. So if that doesn't matter to you, you do what you want. I mean, I can't tell you what to do. You ask me a question, I'll answer it. I'm going to preach what I believe. And it's up to you folks to pray and study and decide for yourself what is right and what isn't right. And I've done that for myself, and I'm trying to relay what I've learned to you, but I can't force anybody. Okay. And all right. Kippy says, what a beautiful book. What else we got over there? Anything? Okay. All right. Now, I want to share with you something real quick from 2 Timothy chapter 3. Very important prophecy passage here. And by the way, in the prophecy puzzle, you're going to find a section in there about the 4 categories of prophecy. 4 different categories dealing with prophecy. One of those is Israel. There are prophecies throughout the Bible that have to do with the Israel. There are prophecies in the Bible that have to do with the church, the saints, okay? But there's also prophecies in the Bible concerning the world, the dangerous, evil world around us. That's what we're going to look at in our passage tonight. This is not about Israel. This is not about us, although it involves us, obviously, because we live in this world and we're going to be around these perilous times. Let me read a verse or two here. Chapter 3, 2 Timothy 3, verses 1, and it goes on down through here. This know also that in the last days, perilous times might come. Is that what your Bible says? Perilous times might come. That's not what it says, is it? That's silly. That's not what it says. What does it say? This know also that in the last days, perilous times shall come. Shall come. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Perilous times are coming. Paul said 2,000 years ago. Thank you, Van. By the way, Van, I'm coming up your way. Van, I don't know if you're in a church that'd be interested in this. If so, let me know. We're looking for a church for Wednesday. What was that date again? The 31st, I think. We are headed north again towards Maine. We need a place somewhere along the route. I think I could get to your area, Van. We just have to leave early. But if you have a church in mind that you think might be interested in hearing from us, let me know, or have that pastor contact me. And anyway, look what it says here. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And then he goes into a list about what he's talking about. He gives a list of some terrible, terrible things, some terrible character traits of the people of the last days. And if you don't think that's describing today, you're not paying attention. You're locked in your house, and you don't have any you have no communication with the outside world. You're not living in this planet. This is a dangerous world we're living in today. Dangerous world. Peril. That's what the word perilous means, by the way. Perilous comes from the word peril. You know what peril is. To be in peril means to be in danger. So look what it says here, and for men shall be lovers of their own selves. That's the first thing that Paul mentions. In the last days, perilous times shall come, and then he tells us why. What is it that's dangerous about the last days? The very first thing on the list, men shall be lovers of their own selves. Lovers of their own selves. Now, Paul says when men are lovers of themselves, that's dangerous. That's a dangerous time. When men love themselves, you get the idea of what he's talking about here. If men are lovers of themselves, they're probably not lovers of the world around them, the people around them, maybe even their family, maybe their own relatives. They're in love with themselves. In other words, no sacrificial life for others, no living for others, no praying for others, no looking out for others. It's me, mine. It's all about me. Lovers of self. Those are the kind of people that will do wrong to get to the top of the ladder. Those are the kind of people that will hurt people that are in line ahead of them at the office, at the business, at the job. And you want to get around them, you want them out of your way so you can get to the top, and you do whatever it takes. That's dangerous. Perilous times. Those are the times we live in. Times we live in. All right, men should be lovers of their own selves. Then he says, covetous. Covetous. In other words, coveting everything that other people have. Coveting your neighbor's car, your neighbor's wife, your boss's wife, the bank account that your friend has, or covetous. Paul says that's dangerous. Paul says that describes perilous times when men are covetous of the things of others. Then he says, covetous, boasters. When I think of that, I think of a braggart. Someone who's always boasting and bragging about something he's done. In other words, it goes back to lovers of their own selves. Look at me. Look what I've done. Look what I can do. Look what I've achieved. Pride, boasting. Paul says that's dangerous. Part of the perilous times. Men are going to be lovers of their own selves. They're going to be covetous. They're going to be boasters. Then it said they're going to be proud. Very similar. Proud. Proud. It's me, my. Look at me. It's about me. I'm all that matters. I'm what matters here. Pride. Blasphemers. A blasphemer is one who brings God down to your level. Not necessarily below you, but to bring God down equal to you. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. And by the way, if you're doing that, if you think you're just on the same level as God, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, plain and simple. You're a bonehead. And blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. You know, when people are unholy, that's dangerous. That's peril. We're in peril. Hey, when the man of God is unholy, when the preacher is unholy, when the deacons are unholy, that's dangerous. That's perilous times. There's much of that going on today. Unholy. Unholy. Not set apart for God. Unholy. Now there's more here, but I want to end with this one, and this is really the one that I've had on my mind for a day or two. The very next verse, verse 3 says, without natural affection. Dangerous, perilous times when men and women are without natural affection. You've heard me talk about this many times. I'm going to take this a little different direction today, but let me go ahead and say what I often say, and that's this. Without natural affection makes me think of two things right off the bat. Two things come to mind. Without natural affection seems to imply sodomy. There's nothing natural about that. There is nothing natural about a man lying with a man, laying with a man. You know what I'm talking about. Nothing natural about that. I don't care how many times Hollywood and the movies want to make it normal, want to make it just nothing wrong with it, want to make it likable, want to make it a wonderful practice. It's evil. It's wicked. It's vile. There is nothing normal about that. Nothing. It destroys lives. Okay, the Supreme Court made it legal. The Supreme Court's not God. They had no right to put something out there that the Constitution didn't give them. Their job is to interpret laws in light of the Constitution. That's their job. And when Chief Justice Roberts declared that a man and a man can get married, he was wrong about that. That was not his place. He went totally contrary to what God says. And there's nothing in the Constitution that gives a right to that kind of lifestyle. Okay? Without natural affection, what's the second thing that comes to mind right away? The killing of the unborn. The butchering of the unborn. I don't know how many we're at now, 60 or 70 million since 72. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, the generations of people that never came into the world because of this practice. Isn't it something that everyone who's for the right to ending a baby's life, everyone who believes in it has already been born? Isn't that interesting? The life in the womb of a woman is life at the moment of conception. At the moment of conception, life is there. Everyone knew that 75 years ago. Everybody. 100 years ago. Everybody knew that. No question about it. If you maliciously hurt a woman and the baby, and she lost her baby, it was homicide. It was either malpractice. It was either what's the name of it? Not murder, but killing someone by accident. But anyway, somebody help me. I lost the name. So everyone knew that was wrong 100 years ago, 75 years ago. Everybody. Manslaughter. Van, I thought sure you were going to put that up for me, but I got it. Manslaughter. Um, you know, you're too late, Calvin. I already got it, but thank you. Thank you for putting that up. And thank you, Miss Kippy. I see yours over there, and everybody's trying to help me out here. Maybe Kippy's was up there before I got it, but I didn't see it. So, but let me take you on another look at this verse here, verse 3. Perilous times. You get to verse 3. People will be without natural affection. That's dangerous. It's certainly dangerous for little ones, isn't it? How come there's no natural affection for the tens of thousands of missing children that came across the border and nobody knows where they are? Because our government is wicked. And our government dropped the ball, and our government did stupid things or evil things, depending on whether it was intent or not. There are thousands of children that came across the border that are missing. There's no record of them. They do not know where they are. Where's the affection for those little children? Whether they be a 15-year-old or an 8-year-old. Where's the natural affection for these kids being used to get adults across the border, and then these kids are sold into slavery or bondage or whatever other wicked thing? Where's the natural affection for those kids? Oh, we got to let these illegals in. They're going to help us win the election. They're going to give us jobs. Blah blah. Yeah, where's the natural affection for these children? Without natural affection, two things: sodomy, that's not natural, and killing our young people, that's not natural, and it's dangerous. Now, here's what I've been thinking about for the last day. I want to share it with you about this verse. This verse has come to my mind. Not only perilous times, but without natural affection. Here's what's come to my mind. How does somebody get to that place in their life? Listen to me now. Listen, I'm almost done. Here's the main thought I wanted to give you tonight. How does somebody come to that place in their life where they have no natural affection? Where they don't naturally love little babies in the womb? Or where they don't naturally love their neighbor? Somebody that's hurting, someone that's dying in the hospital. How do we get to the place where we have no affection, no natural God-given affection? How do we get to that place? Because we seem to be there. I'm not everybody, of course not. But in the last days, perilous times shall come, and the Bible says, when you're there, men shall be without natural affection. That doesn't mean everybody has that, but as a general rule, you're going to walk around and men and women have lost that natural affection. First of all, where's that natural affection come from? God. Who gives that woman that natural love for that baby in her womb? God gives her that. How does she lose that? How does a man get that affection for the opposite sex? The affection that God gives a man, the respect and love that he has for a woman, especially his wife. Where does that come from? God is love. All love comes from God. That natural affection was put into us by God. You got it, Miss Kippy. Comes from God. How do we lose it? You lose it by discarding God. You lose it by rejecting God. You lose it by hanging around with the godless. That's either friends that you hang around with or Hollywood people on the television you hang around with. We lose our natural affection. How do people gain this affection for the sodomy lifestyle? How does you're not born that way? Listen to me, that's a lie. Well, nobody's born that way. We grow into that, hanging with the wrong crowd, casting God out of your life, rejecting God, trashing the Word of God. And as somebody just put up, Romans 1, God at some point will give you over to a wicked lifestyle. And so, how about you tonight? Do you have a love for your fellow man? Do you have a love for your wife, your husband? Do you have a love that God gave you for your children? Has it waned a little bit? Well, Brother Goon, you don't know. My kids, boy, oh, my kids are such a pain. And doesn't matter. God has given you a love. Where did it go? Don't let that light go out. Don't let that spark be quenched. Don't lose that natural love, that natural affection God gave us. But realize in the last days, and I believe we're there, that men and women will lose that natural affection because God said so. Paul said so in 2 Timothy 3:3. In the last days, they'll be without natural affection. That means they won't love the baby in the womb. They won't care about that. They won't care about the boundaries of matrimony. They won't care about their fellow man. That makes it dangerous out on the highway. That makes it dangerous, around your neighbor without natural affection. Yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks for listening tonight, folks. Appreciate every one of you. We're just about to the end of July. We got 2 more months before the bill comes due for Processing Spotlight Television. And I was talking to my wife. We were looking at what's come in so far. We're about 1/3 of the way, and we're not 1/3. We don't have 1/3 of the money yet. And it's a little early for me to get anxious about it, but pray about that. If you're one of our partners, if you're one of our financial givers, be praying about what God would have you do this quarter. And we appreciate all of you so much. We're viewer supported. The TV programs are very expensive, and we are dependent upon you, the viewer. Brother Doc and I get no salary from the ministry here, and all the money that comes in goes to keep us on the airways. All right, okay, get on there, get the book ordered, the prophecy puzzle, putting the pieces together. Get on the website, get it ordered, and we'll get it out in the mail to you right away. We're looking for a church this Wednesday, headed up towards West Virginia, Pennsylvania, somewhere in there. If that's you or you know somebody, have them contact us. We'd love to discuss coming to your area. And we also have the coming back from Maine. If anybody's interested, we may be able to work something out there as well. All right, I'm going to shut off the YouTube. And remember, keep your eyes on them skies.